Hey guys, okay, so Ashley here. I just wanted to pop on here and talk to you guys a little bit about meal planning. So at this point, you should have already gotten access to your Beachbody On Demand, or you've gotten your box in the mail, and you've looked at your nutrition section for your program. So for me right now, I'm going to do MM100, and I'm looking at my nutrition section of the program, and you have already decided, looked at what my calorie bracket is, and I've calibrated that. I've scanned the food list to see if there's any foods that I already like to eat, or my family likes to eat, through those different colored container lists. And I have a general idea of what my weekly schedule is going to be. If you've done those three things, then you are ready to start meal planning, friend. And I know that sometimes it can feel like it's overwhelming. So I'm just going to walk you through how I do this and how I started doing this when I first started meal planning and looking at nutrition and doing these programs more in depth. So the first thing I suggest that you do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So you're going to use, for what I've used, is a Google sheet, a Google Excel sheet. And I have it set up already, as you guys can see, through Monday through Sunday. And the reason for that is I like to plan, I like to meal prep and all that stuff on Sundays. And so I'm thinking about the next work week ahead. So Monday through Friday and then the weekend. And I have it broken up by breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner. And then I also have in there my workout, because I'm pre-planning my workout because I want to make sure that I'm scheduling it in so I don't miss it. It's a date that I have set with myself that I plan to show up for every single day. And then below, I have my colored container totals that I need to hit each day. So for the sake of this, we're going to go through calorie bracket C. That's where I started, was calorie bracket C. I was between C and D, and so now I'm going to go back in time, Ashley, when she first started these programs. So for this, it can sometimes feel overwhelming, and so what you'll see on your portion container thing is you'll see for bracket C, they'll tell you there are so many different colored containers for each bracket. So for instance, for bracket C, you need to have 5 green, 5 red, which is basically like 5 vegetable type of food, 5 proteins. You need to have 4 yellow, which are more like complex carbohydrates. And let's see what else we have. 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons. Now, what I'll say, and like I said before in my previous video, is that you want to stack multiple colors together because it allows your body to more effectively uptake those nutrients, because they are, I guess they're going to work together for your body to uptake them. I would not stack the same colors because, again, your body can only uptake so many nutrients. So you don't want to waste those by stacking them all together. Also, you don't want to be stacking large amounts of colored containers together to make super meals, because what that's going to do is that's going to expand your stomach, and it's going to make you used to eating those large quantities throughout the day. So these are designed, this program is designed for you to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. And I'm going to show you how that looks. So what I like to do, especially when I'm first starting out, is I'm going to start at looking at my largest number of containers, the largest amount. So for me, in Plan C, that's going to be, I need 5 greens, so 5 vegetable type of foods, and 5 reds, or 5 proteins. So I'm going to start there. I always like to start with protein because that's just who I am. So on Monday for breakfast, we'll start with one day at a time. We'll just do Monday right now. So for Monday for breakfast, I always like to have my shake because I work out in the morning. I like to work out super early so I can get it in before I have time to even think about what I'm doing. So for morning for breakfast, let's say I'm going to have my Shakeology. Start up my day strong. And then I will usually add a greens boost, or I'll add like a cup of frozen spinach. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I've done my red, I've done my green. I'll come back for the other stuff. Okay, my snack, 2 hours later. So I'll have my breakfast usually around 8 a.m., 7 to 8 a.m., right after I get done working out. And then at my snack time, which is 2 to 3 hours later, I'll usually have, if I'm home, 2 eggs and some overlike tomato. I'll just take my eggs, and you can do it hard boiled or over medium, and I just set them over 2 slices, large slices of heirloom tomato. So there's my red and my green there. Lunch. Okay, so what I like to do for lunch, and it makes it easier for me, is every single lunch, every single day, I have a salad. I have some sort of a protein with a salad. So let's say I'm going to do grilled chicken over salad. Again, I've done my red, I've done my green. My snack. Okay, so again, I need a red and a green. So let's say I'm going to do ham roll up and with mustard, because that's a freebie. And I'm going to do cucumbers with that. Okay, and then dinner. So dinner, you can do a lot of different things. Monday's usually my day when I can be the most stringent on what I want to eat. Tuesdays is usually taco night for my house. Fridays is usually pizza. Wednesday and Thursday, we have a lot going on. I have to throw in a crock pot meal or whatever. Monday is the day that I can most likely have a solid sit down. I have most control over what we're going to eat. So Monday for dinner, let's say I'm going to do, again, basic. I'm going to do salmon, and I'm going to do roasted asparagus. Again, now I've gone through my containers. I've hit all 5 of my proteins, all 5 of my reds, and all 5 of my greens. Because in your brackets, if you're going to flex, and I'll talk about that here in a minute, if you're going to flex your containers, then these are the 2 containers that you want to stay consistent. You want to at least get those minimum of the green and the red in every single day. Okay, so now I'm going to go back because I'm not done. I'm not going to just eat veggies and protein all day long. It's just not going to work. Because again, this is all about sustainability and making it so it's a healthy lifestyle. It's not about deprivation or elimination. Okay, so now for my shake, I'm going to continue on here. And for me, one thing that I really love is with this Ultimate Portion Fix, and you can really use these printouts for any of the programs, but really getting something that looks like this, which is like some sort of a tracker. So I'll show you here. This tracker here we go, see over there? That helps you look at the different days, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and it helps you count the containers that you're using. That helps you when you're planning to kind of have an idea of checking off the boxes, if you will. Okay, so here we go. So we are looking at, again, your breakfast. So you've decided on, I'm going to do Shakeology, I'm going to use my Greens Boost or a cup of frozen spinach. But now we're going to add in the next largest amount is we're going to look at yellows and teaspoons. So, okay. Let's say for breakfast, you're going to do Shakeology, Greens Boost. We'll do half a banana because we want a purple in there. And we'll do oats so we can get a yellow in there. And we'll do a teaspoon of PB2. Okay, so now at this point, you have 1 red, you have 1 green, you have 1 purple, you have, 1 yellow, and you have 1 teaspoon. So that is a complete and total breakfast for me. And what I'll do is it's all about duplication. Every day or every other day, I will have that same shake because I don't need to be complicated. I know it has all the color containers that I need. I know it's delicious. I want to use it. So that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, next. So snack. I'm going to stick with my 2 eggs and tomato, but I need to add that to hit my container. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 2 eggs and my large heirloom tomatoes, and I'm going to put that over toast, and I'm going to use some olive oil, butter. So now what I have, so that's my whole meal, is I have the 2 eggs, so 1 red, and on the tomato, so with 1 green, and I have the 1 yellow because I had the 1 piece of toast, and I have the 1 teaspoon because I'm using the olive oil butter. If I was using regular butter, it'd be a different story, but I'm using the olive oil butter, so it counts as a teaspoon. Okay, next, lunch. Okay, so for me, I like to make sure that since I'm having salad with lunch, I'm not someone who can just have salad with toppings, like chicken or you know, eggs or whatever. I like to have dressing. I can't do it without dressing. So for me, I'm going to take my grilled chicken or whatever meat that you choose, or protein or tofu or whatever you want to do, and I'm going to add dressing. So now at this point for lunch, I have a red, I have a green, and I have an orange. Okay, so now I'm coming down. I'm halfway through my day, and I've already hit 3 of my reds, 3 of my greens. I've hit 2 of my yellows and 2 of my teaspoons. Okay, so now I'm at snack. Okay, my afternoon snack. So ideally here, what you can do, one of 2 things. If you're like, you know what, at this point, I'm getting kind of full. I don't feel like I need another yellow. I think I'm just going to drop a yellow in the day because I want to see faster results, A, and B, I feel like I don't need it. I'm not like dying probably through the day. So you can choose to leave it at this. You can choose to leave it with ham and mustard with cucumbers and hummus. So now you have your 1 red with your 1 green, with your 1 blue, which is your hummus. It's a healthy fat. But if you're like, no, I do need that yellow, then you can turn this into a ham sandwich, a half a ham sandwich with some mustard, and you can add a yellow in there. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, and we'll turn this into ham sandwich with mustard. Okay, here we go. Now, for dinner, we decided we're gonna have salmon, which is our red, plus roasted asparagus, which is our green. And to cook salmon, it usually takes a teaspoon in there because you're spraying the pan, especially with your roasted vegetables too. So you have some spray in the pan, or you're putting in a little bit of olive oil, even a teaspoon of olive oil. So you're gonna have a teaspoon in there when you cook those. But I also like to use with my yellow. I always like to have a yellow either at the PM snack or at the dinner option. And my favorite yellow to use for dinner option is quinoa because it has a little bit higher protein, so it'll keep you full throughout the night. But it's also lower in sugar. It's going to keep your blood sugar more regulated, as well as it's not one of those yellows that you feel like, oh my God, I have to have more of. It's more of those, I call it mellow yellow, where, yeah, I'm glad that I had it, but it's not like I'm going back for more. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, quinoa is the best. Right? Like, is that just me? No, I don't think so. So I like to use quinoa in my dinners because I feel like it just does more for me. So as we're counting our dinner, we have 1 red, we have 1 green, and we have 1 yellow. And I told you that you're going to probably be when you are looking at your salmon and your roasted asparagus or whatever vegetables that you want to do, then you're probably going to use 1 teaspoon, if not 2 teaspoons. We can even put 2 teaspoons in there if you're going to be cooking both for that meal, to create the meal. Okay, so as you just created Monday is basically done, and you have hit all of your containers that you need for that day. So that's what I basically do, and I do that for Monday, and then I look at the rest of the weeks, and I start to duplicate. So I know that, let's say I'm going to keep doing the same thing for breakfast and snack, and I'm going to have a general idea. I'm going to do some sort of maybe a different protein, but it's always over salad with dressing for lunch. The same idea for snack, right? Maybe I might do yogurt with like carrots on the side, and some, I don't know, avocado in there. So again, it's just easy peasy getting that in. So, but for me, what's really important for me in my life is, and my family, is having a different dinner every single night. And for me, those are important because like Tuesdays, my kids love tacos. So Tuesday is always Tuesday taco night. For me, what I know that means is that I'm going to have I could have grilled chicken, or I could have ground beef. So there's my red. And I'm going to have beans, or I could have rice, but I'm going to choose to have my yellow, which is my beans. And I'm going to have an avocado. So instead of having my healthy fat with my snack, I'm going to drop it down to my dinner. And let's see, I'm going to have a little bit of cheese in there, which is also a healthy fat. So I might have a little bit of avocado and a little bit of cheese. And then I'm going to have salad in there. I'm going to put that all on top of a salad, and that's going to be my meal. And I can choose to add, and maybe I can I'm going to grab one taco shell, and I'm going to put those in there, and I'm going to have a salad on the side. But either way, I'm already set, and that's my count. I keep the same count for just about every single meal across the board. So for instance, I know for every single dinner, I'm going to plan on having a red, a green, a teaspoon, a yellow, and either a blue at dinner or a blue at my afternoon snack. So I kind of keep those throughout the week the same. I know that Fridays I'm going to have pizza night. So with that, what I do is I make sure that I have one less yellow throughout the rest of my day on Friday. So let's say for my morning snack, I have my 2 eggs, my tomato, and I don't include the toast. I save that yellow for dinner. So that's kind of basically how I do my meal planning. And if I'm being very honest, when I first started doing this, I had a 2-week rotation, and I just did every other week. I would have the same thing. And then as I started feeling more and more secure in this, and I felt like I knew what I was doing, I would start to experiment a little bit more and sub things out. And so now what I find is that it's easier for me to meal plan. What I end up doing is I meal plan on my phone, and then I can always go back to that. So for instance, let me show you. So I just did this with a client yesterday, or a couple days ago. We just created this whole idea here, her meal plan based on her life and what she was doing that week. So let's see. So for breakfast, she has the same thing she's doing every single day. Her snack, her lunch, very similar, and snacks are very similar. And then her dinners are just different every single night. So really, in the end, it's all about staying consistent in your breakfast, snacks, and your lunch, and then your dinner is going to be variant. So anyway, that's basically how I meal plan. And so then from there, once you've meal planned on your phone, you're going to create your grocery list. I like to do that on the exact same thing. So on my phone, I'll have like a notepad or an ink pad app, and I'll write down my plan for every single dinner that week. And I'll write down a general idea of what I'm going to do for my snacks and my lunch. And then underneath that, I will create my grocery list. And then I will go to the grocery store. I will shop for all the stuff that I need for my meal prep. And then on that Sunday, I will chop any veggies that I'm going to be using over the next 3 days. I will pull out any meat that I need to defrost. I usually buy them in bulk at Costco, and then I just pull them out as I need it. It just ends up saving us a lot of money. So I pull those out and I defrost those, and then I kind of start to kind of pull things together in the fridge that kind of go together. And I keep it clean and orderly so I can see all of my good options, so I'm not tempted by anything that isn't on my plan. You know what I mean? So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If it wasn't, or if it was, please let me know. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, go ahead and drop them below. And I'd be happy to help with anything I can. All right, you guys, have a good one. Bye.